Guten Morgen, meine Freunde. In context, I'm sure that's easily deciphered. It means in German, good morning, my friends. I'm your girl Linda J, and I'm back again because something was bothering me, and I'm a piggyback from the last video. I was talking about my move and the reason for it. Well, I'll say the thing that ignited my move, because I certainly have a bigger motive. There's definitely a divine plan here. What it is, I think I know. It's just a matter of me putting it into effect. But anyway, that's neither here nor there at this moment. I wanted to touch on something because I wanted to plead to my people. I want to plead to my people and beg of you to stop being victims of the system. Victim of the system translates to being a slave to the system. What system is that? The governmental system, the subsidized housing. And again, I don't want to come off as if I'm sounding as if I'm ungrateful. I am extremely grateful because I needed it. The problem is with a lot of us is that we become complacent. I sound just like all those other people I've listened to, watched the articles I've read concerning what welfare or subsidies and all these other things that are designed to help. They were never intended for us to stay there. And yes, we could all argue, it might be better, the fact that the system, the American way, our forefathers brought forth on this continent division, disarray, havoc, all types of calamity. Okay? But at the end of the day, and this is specifically designed toward the poor, the lower, considered low class, low SES, social economic status, those who have not. It is designed for us to stay there. Simple as that. It is designed to keep you put. Somebody got to do the work, baby. So in 2014, I lived downtown in the whole hood, okay? Red hot hood. And what happened was they asked us all to we used to all pay our rent at a local bank. You know, we'd go down to the bank and pay but they had an account with them and everything went smooth. This particular year, they changed it to a post office box. I live in the state of Ohio. We were directing our rent to a post office box in Detroit, Michigan. Okay? Fact. Verifiable fact. Now, we did that. Now, what ended up happening, I almost said the place because I want y'all to look it up. And I should. Because I'm not, I ain't worried about nobody trying to come through. You can come on if you're coming. But at any rate, in our county, we were told, and what happened was there was an individual who was corrupt. Surprise, surprise. Who was corrupt in their activities, okay? And what happened was they robbed the county out of the money of all the rent payers, okay? I'm going to say, I know we paid that rent directly to a P.O. box office now, box number, probably over a year, definitely over a year, without question. So, and I have my receipts. Once you've been taken so many times, you learn. Lord willing, you learn. Because if not, I believe in karma. I believe in laws of nature, in the universe. It will come back to you. Very said lesson. And whatever way necessary in order to shake you up, wake you up, and show you, looky here, stop, fix it, refine thyself, to master thyself. So yeah, what happened was they got caught up. They are in trouble right now. We're hundreds of thousands of dollars indebted to the government because of some corrupt activities on the higher levels. All right, stay with it. So this particular year, when I got my notice, okay, this was the projects. Okay, I got my notice, and I'm not the best knower, and I hadn't even started school yet, further my education at this point. But just, I'm not stupid. I've never been. Okay, I read it and I thought, they asked us all to pay rent again. You guys are gonna have to pay your rent again. We didn't get it. Okay. So I took it upon myself to walk the neighborhood. I walked around to the neighborhood and I begged and pleaded with a lot. I knew 85% of the people. I mean, this is Mayberry, for God's sake. It's a very small community. And I knew everybody. Okay, 85%. And even if I didn't know you, I didn't need to know you. I see you every day. I know you belong here. Y'all know how it is in the checks. So I walked around and I begged them, please don't pay your rent again. Look, I told them, I said, look at it like this. If you pay your rent again, damn, what happened? We don't have to be responsible for some crooked individual in a company. Let them deal with it. Because what can happen is they can eventually, and for all we know, it was a setup from the beginning. And look at this revelation. It did not occur to me until just now. It was an inside job. They lied. They got the money. They decided that we can all pay rent twice, which means, dumbass, the rent is going to go up. Okay, stay with it. I refused. Girl, I need my place. I need my partner. I'm trying to make no waves with these people. These people ain't getting ready to do this and that. They're giving them all the power over your life. I didn't get not one resident, not one family, not one head of household that I managed to come to my side. And I didn't pay rent twice. I had proof that I paid my rent on time, one time, based on my income at the time. And there were federal guidelines set in place. If you make this, you pay this. Boom. And that's what I was doing. Okay. Well, that particular year, we had to pay, a month even, we had to pay twice. So I felt I didn't do that. I lucked up and was able to move. Like I moved out of the projects, pardon me, in 2014. And I've been here ever since. Here meaning in this house that I am moving, packing up and tidying up from. And I talked about this in the last video. So yeah, so when I moved, obviously I definitely qualified, which I always do, for my security deposit. And they took it out of my security deposit. Stole my money, okay, out of my security deposit, because that's what it is. They say you pay this rent twice. True story. And we will give, and then you show us proof, the receipt of it. If you can prove that you paid your rent twice, now mind you, no eviction notices, no lack of payment of rent, just blatant robbery, then we'll give it back. We will give it back. People on a fixed income, people who have no income, people who, whatever your circumstance is, that qualify to be in a low income housing situation. Okay, because at the time that's what it was. Yeah, things was bad at first. I moved in 2000, top of 09. In fact, that's the year my oldest child graduated high school. That was the year I just came back, and the Lord blessed us. I'm still driving the same vehicle I got. I was able to big pop, get myself a van. That's another story, and I still got it 12 years later, and she's still pulling me around strong. I've been blessed, and I'm gonna get into a whole nother situation. Sticking to the script, if you will, okay? They took my money from me, stole it. So it's very corrupt system, and we as a people have to stand up for ourselves. I'm standing up for myself Because like I said in the last video, they are violating all kinds of civil and constitutional rights, okay? Yesterday, I only made mention of my civil rights. I've decided at this point to stop pursuing it. I'm no longer pursuing it because I have a bigger thing to deal with. Like I'm moving. Have it back. Thank you. It is like your certificate in exchange for my freedom. Read between them lines and you can have your certificate. Excuse my signed French. Okay? But I feel passionately about it because it's foul. It's foul. I was so mad at this one particular resident, and she's a lot older than me. She every bit of 15 years older than me. I begged her. I was like, please don't pay your rent again. If you pay your rent again, they're going to reevaluate the way we pay. Their scale. They have a federally devised list. If your income is, like I said, you fall between these. We are already qualified for low income. So you can't afford it. They would have gotten the money somewhere else. They put it in their pocket. Damn, I was mad as hell because it's like, who the hell in their right mind? We have to learn the point of this rant. This one is a designated rant, so forgive me. I'm late starting today. I think I may have already said that, so pardon the redundancy, except I definitely would be probably sweating and knee deep in paint and all that other stuff, but I had a hard time going to sleep last night because these things had come to the forefront of my mind and they overwhelmed me. So that is why I have breakfast and everything, probably too much tea, and so I'm here and ready, and my arm is really hurting. So yeah, we got to stick together as a community. Stand up for yourself. Stand up for your rights. Because, if you don't, who will? Who will? I went alone. Nobody. I went to the meeting. Daggone it, I got the paperwork. Got me messed up, girl. Got me messed up. Over the years. Once you done been taken so many times, ain't nobody got time for that. Hey, y'all see what my shirt says? It's way too peoply out here. I'm an introvert. But this is a list of 3 folders because, like I said, I have been taken too many times. I ain't going nowhere. You hear me? I don't care what it is. Now, yes, I ate the humble pie because I didn't want my baby living in the red hot jacks no more. I needed to save her. So I decided I asked for a Section 8 certificate, which allows you to be more mobile and more, so I have a single house that I take that was in real bad shape, and I had to go through some other changes. But I made it happen. I wanted to show you. No, hell, that's a small portion. That's my receipt of the rent I paid. 8/6. Let me see if my name is on here. 2014. Do not play. I shit you not. It was that year. And all of it. They sent me the balance minus what my rent portion was. Robbery. They stole it from me. And you don't have rights. You do not have any civil rights. You cannot be supported. Okay? So that is a problem. So I gave it back. Stand up for yourself. Fair housing. I went to the meeting, which is here go my minutes for the meeting. I sat there. June 29, 2015 was the meeting. These are my little notes, and this is my sloppy handwriting in my feelings. Lots of recognitions of the stakeholders, policy men, reduced funds, bad record keeping, corruption over 5 years. These were some of the minutes that I had taken from the meeting. Okay? They blame the shooting on a local clay. My brother has a bar in this area. They blamed all of the. They mentioned they had slides of, people who had drugs confiscated, this, that, and this and that. Yeah, they stole $57 from me. or they sent me $57 of the money that, I mean, is that not stealing? If I can prove, you see my receipt, you see the date, baby. So instead of me catching a case, I bounced. I just said, Lord, help me. This is the very first agreement, September 3rd, 2014, rental agreement. My name is something different. I won't show that part because I will be involving other people, but this is my information from the people at the Fair Housing. They called me back almost a week after I called them, and that was when I decided, you know what, this ain't my fight. I'm going to let go, let God, and I'm going to move on in appreciation. I pulled that out to prove to you and show that I had all my documents. I showed up at that meeting. Mathematics just was getting elected, so he showed up. They were denying me access to my files, my personal files that I have a right to. They did their file corrupt and crooked. Stand up for yourself, people. I'm getting upset. I'm getting upset right now because this just don't make no sense. How blatant it is. So I feel like very much trapped, very much imprisoned, enslaved. And guess what? I would rather live on the street free before I allow you to violate me, my rights, my person, what I stand for. And just like that cliche goes, you stand for nothing, you fall for everything. Get it together, everybody, and do better. With love.